So here's the thing, if you're running any of the Intel CPUs and you're using DaVinci Resolve, then I highly recommend you change these settings because that's actually going to improve your video editing performance. Now, this is especially important if you're running any of the 12th or 13th gen of Intel CPUs. So that's 12 600K, 700K, 900K, 13, 400, 500, 600K, 700K, so on. I'll show you the settings straight away and then I'll tell you why this is very, very important. So when you open DaVinci Resolve, go to Preferences and then under Decode options, you have a few options. Decode H.264, H.265 using hardware acceleration. So what you want to do is unselect everything apart from Intel QuickSync and press Save and then press OK and then close DaVinci Resolve and then open it again. So if we go back to Preferences, you can see Decode options. There is only Intel QuickSync done here. Also, if you're using RED, files, then go compression and debugger on there as well. But basically, what did we just do? We said to DaVinci Resolve to only use the media engines, that's Decode and Encode options, hardware acceleration of the Intel CPU, the little iGPU that's built into your Intel CPU, because these are much better on the Intel CPU than any of the AMD or NVIDIA media engines. So whether you're using 40 series NVIDIA cards or any of the previous ones or any of the AMD graphics cards, because you might have an AMD option there as well, unselect them all and then only select Intel option. And here's why. Because the Intel's 12th gen and 13th gen have really, really good media engines inside. Now, if you have any of the previous generations like 11th gen or 10th gen or, previous ones, then just experiment with these settings. They might be better or might not be better depending on the codecs you're using. But I know this will make a difference on the 12th gen and 13th gen just because the media engines support more codecs as hardware acceleration than NVIDIA or AMD. Even if you're on the 40 series, Intel will still support more codecs. That's how good the iGPU is inside. The latest update with DaVinci Resolve don't know how to choose between the NVIDIA media engines and Intel media engines. So they don't know when to use NVIDIA, when to use Intel. And then sometimes they use NVIDIA when it's struggling to play back the video, even though Intel can actually do it much better. So it's not very good at switching in between those media engines. The previous versions, like earlier versions of DaVinci Resolve 17, I found they did the switching much better, but the latest versions don't do that so well. So just tell it to use Intel and that's going to be very, very good. I have few people emailing me saying look, I've got the latest 12th gen CPUs and then I've got a really good RTX 3080 Ti, for example, but my video editing software is still choppy and really struggling, and I'm only using 1080p, iPhone footage. And it's because the H.265 codecs are played back so much better on the Intel CPU or iGPU media engines rather than NVIDIA or AMD cards. And once you've told it to only use Intel, then you should have much smoother timeline performance. I mean, try it out and let me know in the comment section below if that worked for you. And that's how simple this is. Okay, see you soon. Bye-bye.